That's how it was though. Whenever I got on a live for an open mic, somebody was doing an open mic for live Facebook, but it came out good though.
Okay. Well, I just started. Well, being that you from Dallas, Texas, like, what was your whole experience growing up there?
Uh, yeah. So I was born and raised in Dallas, but I spent like every other weekend we went to like Louisiana. That's like my second home. My mom's family from there, and so every chance we got, we always traveled to Louisiana. It was like a 5, 6 hour trip. So Oberlin, Louisiana, we always went there. So that's like my second home. I'm a Saints fan, so I never really. Yeah, I was born and raised in Dallas, but yeah, that's where my dad's side of the family is. I don't even know my dad's side of the family that much. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, I'm not a big Cowboys fan at all. Like I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a Saints fan, but I'm more of a Cowboys hater. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we spent a lot of time in Louisiana, so I'm more country.
So spending a lot of time in Louisiana, is that what caused you to be more of a Saints fan?
Yeah, like I know like I love my mom's side of the family. Like I know like like I said, even though my dad's side of the family, like a lot of my mom's side of the family, my mom's side of the family came from Louisiana and they moved to some of them moved here to Dallas. And that's where my mom met my dad here in Dallas and stuff like that. But you know, every chance she got, she went back to Louisiana to visit my grandmama and other people in Louisiana, and so that's my second home, and so that's what I knew, and I'm close to my family there, and so that's what I knew, and so that's what I'm a Saints fan, you know. So people was like at first people's like I'm not that close to my dad's side of the family. I mean, I just never knew his it's crazy. I just spent so much time with my mom's side of the family, and they not even live where I live. And my dad's side of the family live where I live, but I never even saw them that much. So it is what it is, you bond with the people who there for you, so
Right. So, like, what is the difference between Louisiana and Texas?
just the culture is just so much better in Louisiana. It's so much more just intimate. It's so much I rock it, I mean, it rocks better, it's just cooler. It's just I mean, I don't know. It's just I have a better bond with the culture in Louisiana. And I guess that's just my family. That's just my Louisiana family. I got a better bond with my Louisiana family. I never had a good, you know, I never bonded well with. I don't know really my Dallas family. So so it is what it is. That's all. It just is what it is.
So, would you say the people in Louisiana vibe better than?
Yeah, the vibe is just better. It's like every time we go to Louisiana, like I feel at home. It's crazy. It's like we go to Louisiana, like I really feel at home. Home. Even though I
Now
went to
you,
school here in Dallas, I was raised here in Dallas, I never went to school in Louisiana. I wasn't born in Louisiana. It's just that, every other weekend, summers, vacations and stuff like that, that was my second home. We always went there to Louisiana. But, I went to school here in Dallas. I was born here in Dallas, but every time we crossed into Louisiana, it was just, I'm home.
now you also spent some time in Florida.
I spent
And
less than a year in Florida.
so time
I
you
hate
been in
Florida.
Florida, but what is about Florida you didn't like?
The people, man, the people, the vibe. That shit felt racist. Yeah, they people felt snobby. Like it was like 2014, 2015. So I transferred my job out there, right, at the VA. I transferred to be out there. Cause my husband wanted to live out there. We actually got married in Florida on Cocoa Beach in 2012. We got married on Cocoa Beach in Florida. And like he had some family out there too. And he wanted to live in Florida. And so, with my job, I could transfer to wherever there's a VA at, I could transfer. And so I transferred to like the Tampa VA in 2014, 2015, whatever. And I was like, okay, we'll try this. And yeah, as soon as I got out there, people were uppity. People treated. I mean, 'cause I still had my Texas license plate, on my vehicle and stuff like that. And people treated, just treated you, just the vibe was just crazy, just bad. Like I felt like I should have just I should have just kept treating it like a tourist spot. The only thing good there was what's that one adventure park? I can't remember what it was called. Um, it was that one adventure park out there in Tampa that was cool, and that's all I like. But other than that, like the people treated you like they were so much better than you. They were uppity and like, um, I got a thing with police officers, even though I was a police, whatever. They were racist, man. They were so racist, yo. Yeah. And so just the vibe was just crazy off. And then whenever I went into my new work location, they micromanaged the fuck. They micromanaged like crazy. And I was like, no, I can't do this. We were out there exactly 10 months. It wasn't even a year that we was out there. We was out there 10 months whenever we left. I say, nope, I can't do it. I was the breadwinner and I was like, if I can't do it, we ain't gonna stay here. If I say we leaving, we leaving. Nope, transferred back.
Mm.
Ain't gonna happen. No, no. Like I found myself in my closet just throwing fits, throwing tantrums. Like I was throwing stuff around. I was so pissed. I was coming home from work so pissed off. Like I was throwing stuff. I was putting holes in the walls of our new place and stuff like that. I was coming home so pissed off, just mad, just angry, yo. Just so pissed off. I was like, no, we ain't gonna last out here. 'Cause I can't
Right.
stand uppity people. I can't stand uppity people, just people that think that they so much, better than you. People that's just so much on the micromanaging scale. People that think that they just, up here and treating you like you down there. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for me. And I can't hold my tongue. So
Right.
yeah.
So what you say since that experience, you will never live in Florida again?
Hell no. I will never ever live in Florida again, yo. Never, ever, 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 ever. Treat
Now,
it'll be a tourist spot. It'll be a tourist spot.
now
That's it.
is there a place in this country that to live other than where you at?
I can't. You kind of broke up. I couldn't hear you.
Is there anywhere else in this country you would like to live at other than where you at now?
I don't know. It's crazy because even though I love Louisiana so much, like I can't even see myself living in Louisiana really because they pay state taxes, yo. Like Texas is like really affordable to live in. Honestly, Texas is an affordable place to live in. Like we don't pay state taxes or nothing like that, and it's affordable spot. And I'm about affordability and everything. And like I can easily, I mean, we right next door to Louisiana, so I can always just go there next door, because I love Louisiana so much. That's my favorite spot to go to, especially like New Orleans, because I'm all about the culture, I'm all about the history, I'm all about all that. And so,
Right.
I mean, it's convenient, you know. So I could really can't see myself living nowhere else, really. Like, except if we're gonna go out of country, then I mean, Australia look cool. Australia cheap. Australia cheap as shit. Like one of our dollars is like two of they bucks. One of our bucks is two of they bucks. Australia cheap. I've been to Australia whenever I was in high school, right? It's funny they treat me like an aborigine, but it's all cool, right? I didn't experience really no racism there. They just treat me like an aborigine, but it's like because I'm dark, I'm dark skinned. They must assume I'm an aborigine, but it's all good, right? I didn't experience no racism, nothing like that, and they all cool, whatever. And all these streets, like especially in the around Sydney and stuff like that. It's all sanitized and everything. All the shit, the streets like glistening. Like you can eat off they streets and shit like that. They shit was sanitized. And like I said, it's a cheap place to stay. And like so if I ever wanted to move out the country or whatever like that, that would be like one of my choices to go to. But if I gotta stay here, then fucking Texas is actually affordable spot.
Now, is it true that Texas is a hot state?
A hot state? Like what?
Mm. That it's hot, the heat and all that.
Oh yeah, it's fucking hot. I mean, it's a bipolar state. Texas is bipolar. Like you never know what the weather gonna be like. It can be snowing one day and it can be a fucking desert the next day. So yeah, you don't know. It's bipolar state. But I've been living in it all my life, so
Right.
it don't. You know, I'm used to the surprises, the bipolarness, whatever. I never really actually seen snow. I mean, I think it used to snow back in the day, but I never really seen snow until I went into the military and I was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and that snow used to be like 6 feet tall and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It never got like that bad or nothing like that. So
Right. Now, how did you develop your passion for poetry?
I think that was like, I think I was just born with that for real. Because, as a kid, I was kind of born like an introvert, and like I played sports and all that, and I was but I was never like a real social type person, whatever. I didn't know how to really use my words to get out what I wanted to get out. I didn't know how to really express uh, what I wanted to express, and that like really hurt me. And I didn't know what like the words to say, what the words to use, just in normal conversation or just to speak with people. And so I kind of held back in conversations, and I was like uh just kind of awkward, just kind of, quiet at some points. And that's when my poetry came in. And I would actually like read the dictionary and read the thesaurus and stuff like that as a kid. And like, my dad would call me Book. I actually read a lot of books growing up, you know. And so, that's when, like I said, as soon as I learned how to write, I would write poetry, and that's what I would do. That's how I learned how to express myself. And reading the dictionary, reading the thesaurus and stuff like that. That's how I learned how to use the words that I wanted to use coming out into my poetry. But I still never got that conversation thing right. Really, I'm still awkward with conversation and just talking normally. It all just comes out better in poetry.
Right. Now, would you say poetry is close to rapping?
Yeah, it is. It is. Cause like at first, I was like, okay, I'm growing up in the '90s and stuff like that, when rap was like really coming out and stuff like that, and it was like really being expressed. It was like, okay, I can be a rapper and everything like that. But I was never hip. I was never cool like that and stuff like that. But and I didn't have rhythm. I still don't have no rhythm. So I was like, man, I just want to use the lyrics. I don't want to try to focus staying on beat, whatever. I just want the lyrics. I got the lyric game all good. I don't want to try to focus
Right.
staying on beat. That shit hard. So I was like, can I just be a poet? It's the same difference. I just want to beat to my own drum, though. I just want to take all that other stuff away. I just want to focus on the lyrics. I just want to write my own lyrics. So that's how I was like, okay, poet. And rappers are poets. They just, they got rhythm. They better, So it's the same difference, is what I call it.
Right. Now, as a former police officer and an Army veteran, um, what is the big difference between the two?
What's the difference between a Army veteran and a former police officer?
Yeah, like what's the big difference?
Um, there really isn't a huge difference. I mean, you both of them is still pimping yourself out to the government. So if I mean, you just call it what it is. So, like I said, I only became a police officer because I was a military police in the army, so it was easier for me to come out and and be a police officer. I mean, because I
Right.
had the experience. But like I said, after the Army and stuff like that. I was deployed to East Baghdad, and from '05 to '06, and then from '08 to '09, I was one of the last ones stopped lost in Afghanistan. Um, so when I came out, I already had my demons, and I already had my ways that I felt, about the government and everything. But when I came out, I, I already I had the experiences to be a police officer because I was an NT. And so, where else was I really going to turn to try to earn a living outside the military? And so I turned that way, and then just turning towards that career, I just kind of went deeper down the rabbit hole, and it was really affecting my mental health a lot more as years went by. And it's just, it just messed with me a lot. And like I said, you know, I've, I've experienced life inside the government, outside the government. So when I speak with my poetry and I speak about the government, I've experienced it, so you can't tell me that I ain't been in the inside. I've been in the inside. You can't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I've been on the
Right.
inside. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been a part of it. So don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
So yeah, yeah.
Now, which one you enjoy more doing? Being a poet or being an activist?
Say what?
Which one you enjoy more doing? Being an activist or a poet?
I mean, they kind of come hand in hand, you know? It really does come hand in hand because uh I call my poetry therapy, and you know my poetry is very I can't do the traditional one-on-one uh therapy. My mental health, poetry does wonders for my mental health, unlike the one-on-one therapy. I can't do that. you know you're talking to, I can't do that. I can't do that traditional therapy. That does nothing for me. You're not, I got, I'm talking to someone, you're not feeling what I'm coming from. You're not, all you're doing is following a book. You're putting me in the same category as you're putting anybody else that's coming to you. And I don't feel like I should be in that same category as any other patient coming to you. I don't feel like that. I'm just, I should be, I'm different, as should anybody else that come to you should be treated differently. You shouldn't be able to find me in a book. I am a person, you know, you shouldn't be treating me like a book. I'm a person with different needs. You should be listening to me, not being able to categorize me out of something that you read in a book. And that pisses me off, you know?
Right.
So me being able to share and vent and speak my piece, uncensored, raw, unfiltered, in front of like-minded people, that's what I need. That's that's what I enjoy most. Um, just getting that off my chest, feeling that's more therapeutic to me than talking to a brick wall of a person that's not hearing me. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and any events that I host, I'm not gonna censor nobody. I'm not gonna censor nobody. I'm not that type of person. If you come to me and you wanna spit what's on your chest. I'm not gonna censor you. I'm not gonna filter you. If you need to cuss, cuss. We all grown adults here, and my stuff is 18 and up. Get whatever you need off your chest, even if we don't just get what you need off your chest. Poetry is therapy. It shouldn't be censored. It shouldn't be like that. So
Right.
yeah, and that's what I'm about. And with as and when I say I'm not a professional, I got a whole poem called "I'm Not a Professional." And when I say I'm not a professional, it's because um, I got called out for saying, "Oh, you should be able to do poetry around any type of crowd and stuff like that." Meaning, I shouldn't curse and I should be able to do poetry in front of them. No, damn it, this is This is my therapy. I'm not doing this for you. I'm sharing it with you, but I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. You should just be privileged that I'm sharing it with you. This is for me though. I'm only sharing it with you. That's why I'm not a professional. I'm not doing this as, entertainment for you. This is my damn therapy. Fuck you. And so that's why I call myself I am not a professional. I'm not like all these
Right.
other people that, it may be therapy for them too, but they also trying to be a professional. They also trying to make a business out of it and be a professional about it and stuff like that. And that's why I say I'm not a professional. You know, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change my practices. I'm not going to change what I believe in to try to fit this, um, to try to put myself in this box to try to please you. Because I don't, as soon as I'm not doing poetry for me, then I might as well get out the game because it doesn't benefit me whatsoever. As soon as I'm not doing this for me,
Right.
it doesn't benefit me whatsoever because the whole core of it is poetry is therapy. And as soon as I'm
Right.
trying to please anybody else but myself than doing poetry, then I might as well stop because it's not going to work. So that's my whole thing of poetry. I'm not a professional. When I say I'm not a professional, that's what I mean. I am not a professional. Poetry is my therapy. I just share it with anyone because there's a lot of shit that people can benefit from. I know that I'm not the only one going through the shit that I go through. I know that there's other people that goes through everything else. Therefore, I'm just sharing my experiences, and therefore I allow other people on my platform whenever I host to not censor themselves, to not filter themselves, to share their experiences so others can hear it as well. Because people need to hear that they're not the only ones that's going through what they're going through, and they need to hear the raw and unfiltered version of it. So that's all. That's all it means when I say
Yeah.
I'm not a
Right.
professional, and when I say that I give a platform that's not a professional platform.
Right. Any last words? You want to give any shout outs?
Say what?
Let's say you want to give any shout outs.
Oh yeah, I can give a shout out to Dallas Poetry Commission. I'm part of Dallas Poetry Commission. We got our crew here that we travel with and everything. We got a bunch of venues if y'all ever in Dallas, Fort Worth. We got a bunch of venues here in Dallas, bunch of venues here in Fort Worth. We keep it live. So if y'all ever around, we got something going on every week. Hit us up. Uh, so yeah, shout out to the real ones always. So yeah, not much shout out to, but yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
Sit.